شهرنا هلا هلال شهرنا بالخير جاء والسرور والهنا.
الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Beloved brothers and sisters, our viewers, in the morning, the time of suhoor, the Mubarak time, where the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna. Verily Allah and His angels, He sends blessings upon the one who eats suhoor. The Mubarak meal, that moment where we just have a sip of water, some dates, maybe some fruits, a morsel of food, a sip of water to start our fast. The Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned so many rewards of this Mubarak time. The angels, they pray for you. As the great commentator of Sahih Bukhari, subhanallah, Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, he mentioned in his commentary of Bukhari, 7 different reasons and benefits of eating this Mubarak meal. It is the time when someone can wake up and they can pray tahajjud. You can get that time when you wake up to suhoor to pray tahajjud, to remember Allah. It aids and it helps someone to suppress the anger, suppress the hunger during the day. It is a time, subhanAllah, when Allah comes down to the lowest heavens and Allah asks, whatever you want, beg of Him. Beloved brothers and sisters, this evening we talk about suhoor. And do not miss suhoor, that blessed time. The time when the Rasul said, take part in suhoor and do not be like the people of the Ahlul Kitab. In my own words. Take part in the suhoor and don't be like the people of the book. They never used to get up for suhoor. We as Muslims, we partake in the sunnah of the Rasul because we are hoping for Allah's reward. The Rasul told us, beloved brothers and sisters, there are 3 times and more whereby the angels, they pray for you. Imagine you are fasting. Imagine you're doing an act of ibadah. Imagine you're doing things because you want Allah's Jannah and you have the angels on your side. You have the angels of your side. Specifically, I'm talking about fasting, so I'll be talking about that. One of the times when the angels are on your side is when you start to recite Quran, subhanAllah. Do you know not very many angels, only a few angels they can recite the Quran? A lot of people don't know that. Only a few, but angels, they hasten, they flock, subhanAllah, they gather for when Allah's book, Allah's kitab is being recited, Allah's word is being recited. They flock around such a person to hear the Quran being recited until they reach the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want the angels on your side? Open your hands and make dua. Before you make dua, recite some Quran. The angels come around you. When you have the angels around you, what else you want? The angels, they pray for you, subhanallah. Specifically about fasting, this hadith that I quoted before you, one of the times when the angels are on your side and they make dua for you, even Allah sends blessings upon you, is the time of suhoor. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna alal mustashirin. Verily Allah and His angels, they send blessings upon the one who eats suhoor. So get up, beloved brothers and sisters. Don't be like the Ahlul Kitab. Don't start your fast lazily, but start your fast in the sunnah of the Rasul. 2 rakat of tahajjud before suhoor. Suhoor time partake. 2 rakah sunnah before fajr. The sunnah of the salah of fajr where the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam makes mention. Beautiful hadith. Raka'ata al-fajr khayru min ad-dunya wa ma fiha. The 2 rakah for fajr is better than this whole world and what it contains. Who knows the kings of this world? If you put calculator and pen to paper, you can record how many wealth they have. There is a day to come that you can record this person has this amount of wealth. They have this amount of vehicles. They have this amount of gold, this amount of diamonds, this amount of army, whatever. But a person who have the whole world and what it contains, better. Raka'ata al-fajr khayrun min ad-dunya wa ma fiha. The 2 rak'ah of fajr, the 2 units, sunnah before fajr, better than this whole world and what it contains. The Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, the 2 rak'ah in the dead of the night, ahabbu ilallah, is most beloved to Allah. And here we come to the second time, or one of the times of a fasting person, when the angels, they send blessings upon you. The Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam was visiting Ummi Amara, And the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam was there, and she presented him with something. And he about to partake in this gift of food or drink or whatever it was. And he says, "Oh, Ummi Amara, aren't you coming to partake in the meal that you presented before me?" And she says, "Ya Rasulullah, I'm fasting." And he says, "Verily, the angels, they pray upon someone when they are fasting and others around them eat." Subhanallah. You might be a mother of a home, a father of a home. You might be someone who's working probably in an office around people who they're not fasting. They might not even be Muslims, right? And at that time, you're not eating. They are eating around you, angels sending blessings upon you until they are filled. Our deen is so beautiful, subhanAllah. Our deen is an amazing thing, you know that? Imagine how easy it is that the angels are on our sides when we can get this reward and we are not even eating. This was a gift given to Ummi Amara, and she wasn't even keeping a Ramadan fast. She was keeping an optional fast. And what about Ramadan? When everything is multiplied from 10 to 700, subhanAllah. The Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam once visited Ubadah bin Samit radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam was with him. He presented Ubadah bin Samit radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He presented the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam with zaitun, right, and bread, olive oil and bread. And the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam made a dua. It's teaching us, many of us, maybe we are ulama, maybe we are people who are going to masjids to break our fast for iftar time. Maybe many times in Ramadan, we even invite people to our table spread, or we attend the table spread for someone. They invite us to break the fast. The Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam on the table spread of Ubadah bin Samit radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he made a dua. He's teaching us to make this dua when we are there as well. What he says, أَكَلَ طَعَامَكُمُ الْأَبْرَارِ أَفْطَرَ عِنْدَكُمُ الصَّائِمُونَ وَصَلَّتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. May the pious eat your food. The food that you eat from somebody's table, whatever act of ibadah you do, they share in the blessing. That's why the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Akala ta'amakum al-abrar." May the pious eat your food. Wa aftara indakum as-sa'imun, and may the fasting break their fast with you. Man fattara sa'iman, man aftara sa'iman, lahu ajru sa'imin, bighayri annahu la yanqus min ajri sa'imihi shay'a. Beautiful hadith. The one who feeds a fasting person, to get the reward of such of the fasting person without that fasting person's reward being diminished by a bit. Subhanallah. And what is the best part of the hadith? وَصَلَّتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةِ, and may the angels send blessings upon you. Subhanallah. Beloved brothers and sisters, this suhoor meal, very important. You're fasting, others around you eat, don't despair. Don't despair. Angels sending blessing upon you. And if you present someone to break the fast, that date, that water, angels pray for you, and you get the reward of the fasting person without their rewards being diminished by a bit. Beloved brothers and sisters, join us next time again until we continue with another program of ours. I'm your host, Brother Iqbal. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.